I've come outside to write because I have to take advantage of the perfect weather while it lasts, and I figured I could take you with me, so here's an essay. The months of August, September, and October might be my favorite, with May trailing close behind it. I've realized in the past few days that I'm in love with the transitionary seasons of fall and spring. Summer and winter, to me, feel like months of enclosure, too hot or too cold, oppressive in its manifestation. But spring and autumn feel like old friends, feel like deep breaths that calm the nervous system down, like water that refreshes you on a hot day. They are seasons that protect us, don't you think? Imagine half a year of summer followed immediately by 6 months of winter. Even if you loved the one, by its polar opposite nature, you'd hate the other. Imagine a year of such extreme opposites with no chance of respite. It's still baffling to me how quickly you can feel a change in the air as a season begins to shift into another. Even in Florida, where the days are spent in summer's purgatory, and you feel like you're living through an eternal Groundhog's Day horror movie, you can tell when there's a shift in the wind. It's a whisper, yes, but you can catch it if you train yourself to hear it. Where I live now, there's no need to wait in attention. The wind announces itself to you loudly and lovingly. I've learned so much living here about the cycles of life and the seasons of change. Having lived most of my life in Florida and Puerto Rico, I thought the whole year was meant for action. I mention it in my August recap as well, but I recently read an article on Substack by, and excuse me if I mispronounce the name, Erin Nystrom, and something she said really resonated with me that directly opposes my ingrained perspective. She said, "We can never live our lives permanently in any one season, literally and figuratively. That's how we burn out. Learning to ride the waves of life and enjoying each one for what it brings to the table is the ultimate freedom." End quote. I learned this to be true as well in the past couple of years, especially after starting a business, launching a YouTube, and taking on all the creative projects I have while having a job, while living in a new environment that teaches me every day that life is about the seasons we're in and that everything has its time. But then, I thought I had cracked the code. Summer is the month for action and winter is the month for rest. Spring and autumn are just some extra time in between, beautiful nonetheless. But that isn't the case, isn't it? They're not just pretty flowers and orange leaves. See, summer brings with it an air of franticness and buzzing activity with its long days and unending possibilities, an extreme. Winter, with its short, homebound days and lack of variety, can give off an air of inaction, a lack of something. Another extreme. And of course, there are pockets of enjoyment. Each season has its beauty, but my point is this: spring and autumn are not an afterthought. They are the inhale and exhale. They are the months of preparation and resetting, of coming back home to center and recalibrating the soul. They're a gift. I used to say that autumn was my favorite month based solely on the media I consumed, having never lived through the physical changes nature takes throughout it. I'm now entering my second year where I'll be able to experience the season firsthand, and I can still confidently say it's my favorite. But spring has wormed its way into my heart too. They are both sides of a coin. I cherish these transitionary seasons. So I came outside to write today because I wanted to watch the sunset between the trees in my yard, to feel the crisp breeze making the grass dance, and see the day painted by golden hour sunrays. There's a sense of peace I desperately needed after having a difficult summer season, and it's confirmation of how deeply affected I am, like many of you, by the weather. I am excited to keep learning and shifting my point of view of the seasons. Maybe one day I'll say that summer is my favorite season. Doubtful, but who knows? But for now, I'll take some time to appreciate this moment right in front of me and the me I am now that gets to experience it. Lots of love, Ella.